Yeah. And I think that's just the thing we've seen post COVID, especially. Just the fact that it's really hard to kind of get into this mainstream space, and I think that's just because a lot of people don't care anymore. And I know that sounds bad, but it's just the truth. Even when it comes to music, I remember there was an interview with Vince Staples and Joe Budden, and he talked about music is low key dying. I know Adam hates this term because he doesn't believe music is dying, but I'm on the bandwagon where just creative content in general. There's just so much content out there. It's just hard for me to care about one specific thing unless you're able to create a niche community. And like I said before, I think COVID for music was a huge turning point, how we consume it. And now just looking at 2023 as a whole, and we can start talking about the music. How do you think the industry has held up so far in 2023 in terms of releases?
Well, I think there's been a lot of good stuff. I think there's a bit less good stuff, but I don't think music is dying. I don't think, hip hop will never die. It's not gonna,
Mm-hmm.
but like, I think there's the energy there a lot of energy is gone, unfortunately, and a lot of the stars that were around when I first started my channel, they're just not doing what they were doing 5 years ago. They're just
Hmm.
inactive, and there's no replacement coming for, like, no one's asking for a new Kanye. No one's asking for a new Kendrick.
Yeah.
People just aren't asking for that. Like, the general public really doesn't give a shit. Because a
Hmm.
lot of the major space that those stars took up is replaced by like garbage now. No offense to,
Yeah.
but it's just like one and done hits. But there are, people who are doing really valuable stuff, and they have a lot of supporters around them, and people who will like patronize their art. Like, my one of my favorite rappers is Ka, like Ka,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and he's like not popular. I mean, no one cares about him or gives a
Yeah.
shit. Like, but his fans love him. Like, he did a pop up in Brooklyn a few weeks ago, um, and people were like lined up around the block to buy his vinyls. Uh,
Yeah.
Even though his songs have usually like 50,000 streams on Spotify each, and that's not really, but like, he's doing well. He's doing great. He has like he lives in a really nice condo and like can do whatever he wants and doesn't have to work a job. And so it's like, that's
Yeah.
fine. Like, uh, but yeah, there's no, in terms of like ground shaking, iconic music, I don't think there's a lot of that being made. Um,
And to your last point, I think that goes back to some artists maybe making music for fame and some artists making music because they love making the music. And it's a debate. Would you rather have 50,000 streams or 50 fans who are physically going to your concert and buying merchandise? I'd rather have 50 fans physically go to my concerts. I've been to like an Action Bronson pop up, and there are fans down the street. But and obviously he's a show. He's a bigger personality. But we talked about Denzel Curry last episode. People flame him for his first week sales. He's selling out every single tour that he's going on, and I think that's a much better way to make your music now, is making that small community of fans truly dedicated to you versus just casually listening to you or passing you on TikTok and they never go to click that song and actually purchase that artist's music.
yeah, that's how it's been for a lot of, well, that's how it's always been. Like, if you look back at I guess before the 60s, there were musicians that people liked, but the music industry wasn't.
But
Yeah.
Rob Markman was saying the same thing. If you saw that video, Adam, where he was kind of criticizing hip hop media, not only hip hop as the genre for 2023, but the media just reporting on goofy content when there's a lot of incredible artists, like you're saying, Philip, who are in that underground space who may not be getting the same light. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because they do have the community of real fans. And that's what's going to bolster you forward, not thousands to even millions of streams of just a bunch of random people who don't really care about what you have to say at the end of the day.